the history that there are a lot of companies that are not doing the things well, and those are the ones that suffer the most. No, labor is something that is steady. We have a task with our labor in the future to give them better quality of life, and that is a task of the country, not only of Labartex. It's a task of the country, and as a developed country, we have those tasks in the future. No, in terms of energy that you asked, well, again, as the little by little, all the projects that are already working or are in the pipeline to be operative in the future, in the near future, because of the energy reform that we had. Little by little, we will have a more steady sector. We never have a problem of in our facilities. We've never had a problem of natural gas furnishing or electricity furnishing. We don't have that kind of problems. What we have is that we have some states in the country that probably don't have the natural gas yet. So those states, you don't put a plant there, and it's a state that we will wait and see when there will be all the infrastructure, and then we will look to put an installation there. No? But in the industrial states, again, we have all the services very steady. We have an institution separate from the government that looks for the pricing of the commodities. So we are attached to the international prices of oil and natural gas and electricity. We have local suppliers. We have the government and already private local suppliers that are doing a lot of investments in electricity as well.
That's very useful, Jose. Thank you so much. We've taken our notes. So you mentioned a few of the core challenges, and of course these are systemic, even relevant to a number of other enterprises, literally on a day-to-day operating environment basis. But there are a number of technological megatrends that are gaining importance as of today. So if you look at the advent of machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, all of that stuff. So could you tell us a little bit about how your organization perceives these developments? Do you see them as challenges, opportunities? Do you feel they might reduce the number of individuals or people that your company employs? Do you feel like people might start performing more complementary roles? And could you give us a few examples of what your firm is specifically doing to make the best or the most of these developments?
Okay, good question. We're doing. We have done investments in terms of in technology. We in the company work with robust ERPs and robust hardware and software, but it's something that of course, how can I explain? We're digitalizing a lot of our things. We foresee that, for example, entering in the retail side of the market potential, that will bring us a lot of very small customers. We have to digitalize more the company, because if not, it will be a little bit difficult to operate. No? So things like the Internet of Things and all that of Industry 4.0 that is being discussed in the world, it's something that we discuss in our company. We have a strategy for the next 5 years of where we want to locate Lavartex from today.
Do you think there is some kind of documentation or notes that you might be able to share around the visualization, automation, and AI strategy at your company? Of course, as Aisha mentioned, this will be kept completely anonymous, but we just wanted to get a better sense of what companies in the space might potentially be doing to grapple with these mega challenges.
Yes, I can. We can work on something to share with you, no? And
that's very helpful.
I don't think it would be a very robust chapter of this questionnaire, but it would be, of course, there are things that are being analyzed and discussed in the company right now.
In terms of these, for a few notes, just something that's broad, possibly generic, just a few notes about what your organization may be considering to deal with these challenges.
Okay.
Okay, great. So just to summarize this discussion on the drivers and barriers, looking at your company's specific services or offerings, could you tell us about some of the services for which the demand has fluctuated a fair bit in the past few years, and a few services which have seen fairly consistent or continuous demand?
No, the demand, again, the market potential is very important, and as Mexico gets bigger and the economy is stronger, the market potential is bigger. No, we have a very small portion of that market potential. There is a lot to do. No, and of course in these industries where we work, some of them are more active than others, and probably the demand. For example, I would say the sports club, fitness sector, for example, something that has changed a lot in the last years, because the way the fitness is sold today with this kind of gyms that you guys know, it's different than before. No, it's not a new industry, but it's a different way of selling the service. And in Mexico, the penetration is very low yet, but there are new companies that are doing this, and they are developing a new kind of service. So it's an example of one small sector of the country, of a small opportunity that before was very it was a commodity. No, it was not something very professional. And right now you see things like if you were in Manhattan, in New York City, or the best cities of the world. No, so every industry you see this development. Some are more developed, more mature, more close to the world-class services, and some are yet in the 70s or the 90s. No, I don't know if this answers the question.
No, absolutely. That's an interesting thing that we'd like to call out in our report. I personally have observed something quite similar. So I used to go to the Virgin Fitness gym in Singapore when I was based there, and they used to actually, all you needed was your shoes, they had everything else provided to you.